throw. Purdy gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So the completion good for 7 there. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Purdy. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week. But they failed on that 3rd down play. That brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
4th down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And he gets this one just shy of the 40 to mark him down at the 39. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. They'll go again with Gibbs. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves it with 2 to go on 2nd down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 2. Gibbs straight ahead. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
I haven't met a defense coordinator yet that thinks 2nd and 2 is a fun situation to try and defend. Playbook is wide open for an offense, partner.
Nice job. Hold him to 1 after that 8-yard pickup on 1st down. On 3rd down, here's Gibbs. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 26, and a conversion there as well on 4th down.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Trying the left side with Gibbs. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Myles Garrett showing that athleticism as he gets in to make the play.
I really like what he did there because he took his practice work and converted it to game action because he used his hands, got off the block, worked laterally and stayed to the outside, and finished off the runner for a loss.
In motion, the tight end. Throwing now is Rodgers.
A short one there to Fryermuth.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together. You get.
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Corner blitz got home there. Pat Surtain, the one that dropped him. They've been moving the ball well offensively, really getting into a groove. Last play, pass completion. Now, finally, the defense gets there.
And you have to find a way to disrupt their rhythm. Do you do it with coverage, or do you do it with pressure? They elected to go with pressure, and it was the right call.
Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So after drive number 3 here, we have a score, and it's 3 points after the field goal.
I would say the feeling out process for both of these teams, I'd say it's over, partner. Everyone understands what's going on now. You've kind of probed a little bit. Now you want to start throwing the big shots. First 3 points up on the board could be significant.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. And he'll be stopped just shy of the 25 with a penalty marker down. Here's the call.
Face mask. Defense.
They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. And that often runs you into a penalty.
So now factoring in the face mask, here's 1st and 10. Purdy now to throw off the play action. Connects with Kittle underneath. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Derek Harmon breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is caught by Evans. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Corliss Waitman now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
The Steelers take over.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain, 3-0 our score. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a third down.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
And motioning left, that's Pittman.
From the gun on third down, Rodgers. And he's going to be taken down about a yard shy of the first at the 29. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On fourth down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. On the return is Kirk. 13 yards, the tally on the return there. And out will come the offense as they take over. And the 49ers getting set to trot out there.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at their 38.
Here's Purdy.
Over the middle, complete. That's Evans. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
49ers are counting on Mike Evans to be that valuable veteran who gives them big-time production. Remember, his first 11 years in the league, over 1,000 yards receiving each season.
Now Purdy.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down.
T.J. Watt, the all-pro, in there to take him down.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Throwing here, Purdy. Got a man open, it's Chase.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
Third and 19.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
On 4th down, Corliss Waitman on to punt. Well, bad snap, and this is a loose football.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Now whistles here before the snap, and it looks like one of the Steelers may have moved.
Of course, that flag accepted, and it backs the ball up 5 yards.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Rodgers now to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Throwing is Rodgers. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have the Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This from 54 yards away. Boswell's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half.
Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. And we'll see which team's adjustments are going to pay dividends here, as we are just about ready for the start of the second half.
Chris Boswell.
The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And he'll start by handing this off to McCaffrey.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And scored that one for one of the league's best. Jalen Ramsey getting the tackle for loss. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Purdy now to throw.
He finds his target. It's Evans. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain. Well, they're down as a gain of 6. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Purdy from the gun. Open man is Chase, complete.
But he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
In a defensive battle like this, you, of course, want to put up points, but more importantly, You want to take care of the football and make your opponent drive the length of the field, so I certainly don't mind the short pass. They can continue to trust their defense, who have played well so far.
Oh, now problems with his snap, and the ball is loose. And this is going to be 49er football. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. Hand off now to Gibbs. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 54 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. He showed his shiftiness and his explosion to take him all the way down near the goal line.
Love that description, and it creates momentum. Maybe you hand it to him again since he's got it going, or do you fake it to him and throw it to a teammate? Right now, the options are wide open.
Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's 1st and goal. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Michael Pittman from 6 yards away. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
They're going to try and run. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more.
Steelers 14, 49ers nothing.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 the score as they regroup with 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Pitching it out to McCaffrey. And he works free. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Well, the terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. Purdy will set up to throw it here.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 4. Purdy off the play fake.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Evans. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
A gain of 9 yards. And a 49er first down.
McCaffrey running up the middle.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
At the Steelers' 46-yard line.
From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6. Back to throw, Purdy. He will find his man Chase complete. Touchdown, 49ers. Jamar Chase, 46 yards. And the Niners are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. So it took them a little while, Charles, but now they have their first points of the game, and they come here in this third quarter.
And more often than not, Brandon, when that happens, you find yourself down 21, 28 points, and not really with a lot of hope, but with that touchdown, they're right back in this game.
3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. Pinheiro now to kick this one away.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Steelers offense and Jahmyr Gibbs headed back onto the field. And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front has wreaked havoc throughout the contest, and he hasn't been able to create enough space to make something positive happen to this point.
Looking to put a drive together. To throw is Rodgers.
And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Here's Rodgers.
Out route, and he connects with Freiermuth.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. In motion goes the tight end. Shotgun now for Rodgers.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
That gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Second down and 8.
On play action, Rodgers. And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field.
And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line. 1st and 10
at the 20. And they'll send the tight end in motion here.
Purdy
completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Purdy looking to throw.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Shotgun now with Purdy. That's into the hands of Pearsall on the right side.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on to kick it away.
A bad snap, and this is a loose football.
And this is going to be 49er football. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Now they send the tight end in motion left. Now a play fake. Rodgers toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Not sure what happened there, but he just didn't get the right read on the coverage that time. Pass wasn't where it needed to be, and that'll send them back to the drawing board.
They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Gibbs fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. The San Francisco defense trying to hold tough again. This is third and goal. Working from the gun. Rodgers. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Jackson Smith and Jigba. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here this fourth quarter. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was capped off by a Jackson Smith and Jigba touchdown catch. Boswell on now to kick this one away. Nifty move. A second juke. It takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So Purdy and the Niners down by 2 touchdowns. A little under 2.5 to go. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. Here's Purdy. Airing this one out for Evans. They've got his man complete. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Throwing here, Purdy. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him. Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion. So I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
And his throw here is incomplete.
And now defensively in the 2-minute drill, the big key to me, make sure you understand your assignments, and anytime you get a chance to tackle someone in bounds, get them on the ground.
Well, this crowd is making an impact right now. 3rd and 10. Purdy to throw.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And the Niners are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
What a throw right there for the first down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup.
Purdy to throw.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked up by Patrick Queen. And the Steelers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, the field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Well, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams, right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.